Hi, Jane here. Welcome to today's Pilates class, and today you'll see that I've got a couple of different bits of equipment. So, I've got some sliders, I've got a couple of small weights, and I've got a resistance band where I have tied knots in the end, so it's got some loops on the end. And the reason for these bits of equipment today is that we're going to be modifying some of the exercises that you would normally do on a reformer. We're going to do them on the mat, but with these pieces of small equipment. So no need to go and spend £3,000 on a reformer. This little lot probably set you back about £20 in total. So if you are on my website, you can go in and purchase any of these items through Amazon, through my website on affiliate links. Or of course you might already have those at home. So listen, I'm going to assume that you're already warmed up and we're going to go straight into the exercises today. And we're going to start today with the bands, but we'll have everything else nice and close by because we're going to use them quite quickly. But let's start with the band today. So these exercises are suitable for most people. However, if you are not able to lift your head up off the floor for some of those exercises where we do that, please do keep your head down on the floor. So let's do that. Let's come on down to the floor right now. So any minute now, you're going to realise why I've got loops tied in the end of my band. So let's start, as I always start, on the floor with a quick setup. So bring the feet together, toes out, heels out. We want to make sure that we've got a nice neutral position. So pelvis is in neutral, so that means we've got a light arch under the back. Hips are feeling nice and comfortable, got the weight evenly through both butt cheeks. We've got the ribs softly closed and the neck's extended away nice and long. So we're going to start with a little bit of leg work. This would normally be how a Pilates class on the reformer would probably start, with a little bit of footwork and leg work to get you set up. So let's start by popping a loop around each of the feet. And then we're going to come on up to tabletop. There we go. So you need a reasonably long band to be able to do this, something around about 1.8 to 2 meters long, in order to give you enough space to tie the knots in the end and still be able to hold onto the band. Of course, I'm quite short, so, you know, probably better for me than for other taller people. So take a nice deep breath in. Let's float one leg up to tabletop, and then we'll take a nice deep breath in and we'll float the other leg up to tabletop. So just make sure you're relaxing your shoulders down on the floor. You've got the belly button pulled in nice and tight. And we're going to start by bringing the legs to about parallel. Flex your feet slightly. And we're going to take a nice deep breath in and we're going to push both legs away. And as we exhale, we're going to bring them back in. So nice big exhale, inhale, push the legs away, exhale. So for those of you who are regulars to the mat, this looks pretty similar to a double leg stretch, but with your head down on the floor. So we'll take a couple more here, just pressing the legs away, and we're trying to keep the lower back in neutral. Last one here. All right, we're going to change it now. So we're going to bring the heels together. We're going to take a little bit of a frog action. So starting with your heels together, nice deep breath in. As we do that, we extend both legs, squeezing the thighs and the calves together, and exhale and bring them back into the knees are going to drop out to the side. Now we're still keeping spine in neutral. So if you find that your back is starting to arch, then just take your legs a little bit higher. So the lower you drop your legs, the harder your abs have got to work to keep pelvis and lower back in neutral. Let's take a couple more here. Perfect. And here's your last one. Super. All right, bring your legs back to tabletop. And we're going to do another little exercise now where we are going to, it's called heels on the reformer. So we're going to take a nice deep breath in and we're going to extend one heel away and exhale and bring it back in. We'll do the other side. So inhale, exhale. So again, you'll notice the head staying down on the floor. We're still trying to keep the spine in neutral. We're just extending the legs out. We'll take one more on either side. Trying to extend the leg as fully as we can. Perfect, that's your last one. Oh, so if you want to, pop your feet down on the floor for a moment, give yourself just a quick reset, and we're going to come up and do some leg circles. So these hip circles, when you're doing Pilates on the mat, you know we normally do single leg circles. We're actually going to have both legs, but because we've got our band, it's going to help support us a little bit. So nice deep breath in, float one leg up to tabletop, inhale, exhale, float the other leg up to tabletop, and then inhale, and as you exhale, take both the legs directly up above you. So again, just making sure you're holding onto your band, but you've got a little bit of relaxation in the shoulders. And we're going to take hip circles down and hip circles up. So we start by circling the legs in a really big circle. So inhale, as you reach the end of the circle, exhale, bring the legs back up. So inhale, nice big circle out. Exhale, bring the legs up. Let's do one more this direction. We're going to circle the other way. So straight up the middle. So this time we go straight down the middle and we circle the legs back up to the starting position. So you're giving yourself a really nice dynamic hamstring stretch. You're challenging your abdominals to keep pelvis and lower back in neutral. And we're getting a little bit of mobility through the hips. That's our last one. Oh, perfect. All right, gently bend both legs. Bring one foot down to the floor and then the other foot. Oh, so we are actually going to just lose the bands now for the next exercise, and we're going to start using our weights. So pop your band out of the way, grab yourself a pair of weights. And again, just take a moment to reset yourself so you are lying back in neutral position. So this exercise on the reformer is called 100 prep. And again, you'll recognize it as being something that we do in the mat class. And we're going to go from there into an exercise called coordination, which is kind of like patting your head and rubbing your tummy all at the same time. So let's take a nice deep breath in. We'll float one leg up to tabletop. We'll inhale, we'll exhale. We'll float the other leg up to tabletop. So just trying to make sure you've got your knees in line with your hips and your feet in line with your knees. We're going to inhale and we're going to float both arms up. So just checking you've got your shoulder blades down on the floor, feeling nice and stable, belly button pulled in. We're going to inhale. As we do that, we're going to peel the head and shoulders up off the mat, pull the hands down towards the floor. Exhale, come back to your starting position. So inhale. So you're going to activate into the lat muscles as we pump the arms down. We're going to take one more here. And last one. Perfect. All right, and we're going to go from here into coordination. So again, just take a moment. Nice deep breath in. We're going to peel up. We're going to send the arms down. We're going to pump 3, 2, 1. And come back to our start position. Let's go again. Inhale, extend. So try and drop the legs as low as you can. 3, 2, 1. And back to our start. And one more here. Inhale, extend, pull the belly button in, flatten the lower back down into the mat. 3, 2, 1. And back down to the floor. If you want to, bring your feet back down to the floor. Bring your arms back down to the floor. Give yourself a little breather for a moment. Now, so I've got to see if I'm going to crash into my radiator. No, I'm good. All right, so the next exercise we're going to do, we're going to again be using the weights in something called backstroke. So, nice deep breath in, float the legs up to tabletop. Again, just making sure you are lying in a really good position of tabletop. And we're going to inhale, we're going to float both arms up. Again, just making sure you've got the shoulders down to the mat, and then inhale. As you exhale, peel head and shoulders up off the mat. So for our first bit of the exercise, we're going to extend the legs directly above us. So we've got a nice long lever, so your abs are now holding up your arms, your head, your legs. Lots of hard work. So anytime you need to, please drop your knees, lose the weights, or pop your head back down on the floor. So nice deep breath in. We take the arms and the legs out. We sweep them together and we bring them back up to the starting position. So we take the arms and legs out, we sweep them together, and we come back to our starting position. One more time. What you can't hear probably is my shoulders giving a nice noise. Good. That's your last one. All right, gently put your head back down on the floor, bend your knees, one foot down, then the other, and then hands down to the floor. So obviously, I'm only doing about 3 reps of each of these exercises just to give you a little bit of a taster of some of these exercises. If you want to come and join me in any of my classes, we quite often do these sorts of exercise in my Pilates class, so please do go onto my booking site and join a class for yourself. So listen, we're going to do a little bit of upright work now, and first of all I'm going to grab a slider and we're going to go into mermaid. So we're going to start with one leg in front of us, try and get the knee at around about 90 degrees, then the other leg is behind us also at about 90 degrees, and what we're trying to do is get our hips down to the floor. So try and get that feeling of being grounded in the mat, and we're going to lift on up out of the sit bones. Got one hand on the slider, same hand as leg, and just making sure that you've got your arm and wrist more or less in line. So we're going to take a nice deep breath in, and we're going to slide out. We're trying to keep both hip bones down on the floor. We're going to rotate, we're going to face front, and we're going to come back up again. Let's do that again. So nice deep breath in, sweep over, keeping the hip bones down to the floor. Exhale, rotate. Inhale, face front. Exhale, come up. One more time this side. So we're getting some nice lateral work going. Side stretch, perfect. All right, we are going to do the other side, but not yet. So I'll pop the slider out of the way. So we're going to do a couple of exercises from a seated position. So if you need to sit on a block or a cushion in order to help yourself to sit upright, then please absolutely do that. So we're going to start by sitting with our ankles crossed. So I want you to think about reaching the toes as far away from yourself as possible, as far away from your hips as possible. At the same time, pressing the hips backwards, pressing the hips down into the floor, and reaching the crown of the head up towards the ceiling. And we're going to grab our weights once again. So the first exercise we're going to do is hug a tree. So take a nice deep breath in. Let's float both arms, they're directly in line with the shoulders. Nice deep breath in. We're going to open the arms and close them. So inhale, pair, exhale, open the arms. Inhale, bring them back. One more time here. So as we open the arms, we squeeze the shoulder blades into the spine. Oh, so good. And exhale, squeeze into the chest. Perfect. So the next exercise we're doing is salute. So bring your weights together. So the weights are directly in line with the forehead. We're going to take a nice deep breath in to prepare. As we exhale, we're going to press the weights away. Inhale, bring them back in. Exhale, press away. Inhale, come back in. Last time. Beautiful. So we're working into the triceps, still keeping that nice spinal extension, and gently lower your arms. Let's take the opportunity to uncross and recross the legs, the other exercise. So the last exercise we're going to take in this seated position is called rowing back. And I might actually just change my angle a little bit so you can see what I'm doing a bit better. So again, we're sitting with legs extended away, nice and long in front of us. So still thinking about that really beautiful, long, tall, straight spine, crown of the head reaching up towards the ceiling. I'm going to take a nice deep breath in. We're going to float the arms up in front of us to prepare. As we exhale, we're going to pull the weights in towards the chest, keeping that shoulder engagement. We're going to round the back as we inhale and ease ourselves back. We open the arms, we rock forward, we sweep the arms forward, and we sit up. Let's go again. So exhale, pull in as though you were rowing. It's called rowing back after all. Inhale, ease back. Exhale, open out. Inhale, round forward. Exhale and inhale. One more here. So breathe out as you pull it back in. Ease yourself back towards the floor. Open out. Sweep backwards and round over and bring yourself back up to seated. Fabulous. All right, so I promised you we were going to do mermaid on the other side, and indeed we will. So grabbing your slider once again. So this time make sure you've got the other leg in front. So again, you're looking for about a 90-90 angle. Looking for wrist in line with shoulder. Nice deep breath in. Slide out, reach across, rotate. Face front and exhale and back up again. So thinking about the length as you keep your hips down on the floor. If you could get your hips down on the floor to start with. I find this side a little bit more difficult, I don't know about you. And last one on this side. And up. Fantastic. So for the last two exercises, I like to make sure we're working in all the directions at once. So we are going to come on over to our tummies and we're going to do a little bit of prone work. So having done some spinal flexion, so we've been rounding our backs over, we're now going to do some spinal extension. So we're going to be extending the spine in the other direction. So for those of us that spend a fair amount of time sitting at a desk or over a phone, you will find that these two next exercises are going to be excellent for you. So let's start lying down on the floor and we're going to start with the elbows bent and the weights in the hand. Think about reaching the crown of your head as far away from the tailbone as possible. As you do that, you might find your back already arching. So I want you to pull your belly button into your spine and then tuck your tailbone under. You should have a little clench in the buttocks and legs are extended away, super long. So again, we've got the weights just by the shoulders. Nice deep breath in. As we do an exhale, we're going to lift up, extend the arms, inhale and exhale. So inhale to prepare, exhale, reach away, inhale, sweep it back and exhale. One more here. So if you're anything like me, the shoulders are making a little bit of a crunchy noise. So let's push back to child's pose, just quickly turn our backs the other way. And we've got one last exercise here called pulling straps. And we're going to bring ourselves into a torpedo position here. So bring yourself back down to the floor again. Making sure you've got plenty of room to move your arms out to the side. Again, just take that setup. So crown of head away from tailbone, belly button in, tailbone under. Little clench in the buttocks, legs reaching away as far as possible. So this time, we take a nice deep breath to prepare. As we exhale, we extend the upper body, we lift the arms. We inhale, we sweep back, and we exhale, and we bring them back to the starting position. So inhale, sweep away, exhale. One more time. And there we are. Super quick reformer session on the mat. Bring yourself to child's pose. Oh, turn your back the other way. Fantastic. Well, I hope you enjoyed that super quick little exercise class. Leave me some comments below, please do. Interested to hear more from you, how you enjoyed it. If you're not in my Facebook group, please drop me a note. I've got a Facebook group especially for newer Pilates instructors. So please feel free to drop me a note and I will definitely invite you. So it's been delightful. Thank you so much for joining me today and I hope to see you again very soon. Bye.